Shall we start?
Yes. Ma'am, I have not received your biography on my mail ID or
I had
WhatsApp.
already sent it to Mr. Abhijit and you haven't shared your email ID.
No, I have sent you my mail ID also, and I have shared you my text you also my WhatsApp number.
Yeah, once you do that, I'll send it to you. Can I share screen? I'm Kavipriya, founder and chairman, Adding Smiles Media Private Limited. Adding Smiles was once my dream, a beautiful dream where we were dancing for the differently abled, the cancer-affected children, the AIDS-affected children, and the underprivileged. Anything that's beautiful, anything that adds smiles, anything that touches the lives of people is bound to evolve. And today, we've evolved into a media private limited company with 5 wings. 1, Adding Smiles CSR company, which is into corporate social responsibility. 2, Adding Smiles Motion Pictures company, which is into filmmaking. 3, Adding Leaders, which is into personal branding and thought leadership. 4, Adding Communications, which is into PR, events, and digital marketing. 5, Adding Legends, which is into publishing. And we strongly believe in our motto that work is prayer. And we always deliver more than what we promise. This beautiful journey of Adding Smiles, it's been so blessed. I can't say how much. And I thought the best thing which would stand the test of time is a book. So I authored a book which is called Living Legends Learning Lessons, which encapsulates my interactions with my gurus and my clients. So Living Legends Learning Lessons is about my experiences, my thoughts, and the softer side of the global living legends. Dr. Ratan Tata, Dr. Narayana Murthy of Infosys, Dr. Avi Godrej, Dr. Philip Kotler, the marketing guru of the world, Dr. Deepak Chopra, and Dr. Donald Jacobs from Northwestern Kellogg University, Kiran Mazumdar of Biocon, Anurag of Thermax, Monita Bali, who was with Britannia, and Dr. C. Rangarajan, the ex-RBI governor. We still stick to our roots. We have a beautiful CSR initiative, which is called the Adding Smiles Factory, which is about dancing to heal and celebrating humanity. And we've touched thousands of lives, thousands of beautiful children, and they've touched our lives too. We always believe that every dream is important and everyone's dream is important. Adding Smiles Media Private Limited has had a beautiful 5 years journey, and we'll continue to evolve and continue to celebrate humanity. So that's the brief description about me.
So, ladies and gentlemen, today we are having very great personality in front of all of us, and we are going to learn very important life lesson. What is important? Only the important thing is that leadership traits, how one can improve their leadership traits, and they can reach on higher position, and they can get whatever they want in their life. So today we are having very prestigious personality in front of us, Miss Kavipriya Anandan. She has been worked with various corporates and institutions across the globe, and we are feeling very much proud today to hear to her great experiences which she has been received from various countries across the globe during various assignment under corporate and some development organizations and with some government policy making organization. So many organizations she has been provided training to the executive officials, student, professional, etc. So today I invite Ms. Kavipriya ji. Welcome to you.
So, thank you very much for the introduction.
Yeah.
So,
Over to you, ma'am. Now you may start your session.
I'm Kavipriya Anandan. I grew up from a small town called Uti, and today life has taken me to different places. Now I'm based in Chennai, but life has taken me to Mumbai, Boston, New York, and few other places. I studied at Lee Strasberg Theatre and Film Institute, New York. Also studied in Harvard Business School. So life has given me a lot of blessings. But the best part of it is that I'm able to count my blessings and also have a very positive outlook towards life. Adding Smiles as a company actually started as an initiative. It started as a dance school. Am I audible? Am I audible enough?
Yeah. Very clear.
Let me talk about Adding Smiles. And
Ma'am, you will be happy to know that today on Mahashivratri, Tandav has been started by the Shiva.
oh,
Actually, rain is going on in Kota, Rajasthan.
okay. So rain is going on.
Yeah, so network problem maybe you can face.
Okay.
Yeah. Rain is going on in Kota, Rajasthan. I'm from Kota, Rajasthan. Yeah,
Okay.
currently.
So it's raining
So
out
no
there.
problem.
It's
Some
scorching.
problems we can face in during communication, but yeah.
Okay, it's like scorching heat out here. So I would see rain as a blessing. You know, sitting here in a hot, scorchy place, I would see rain as a blessing, but it depends.
Yeah.
Okay, now getting back to what we were talking. So, adding smiles has truly added smiles to me and the people around me. It started as a dance initiative. We were dancing for the differently able, the underprivileged, and a lot of people whom we thought could make a difference. So anything beautiful or anything which adds smiles is bound to evolve. So that's how Adding Smiles as a company was able to evolve to a much larger level. Today, we are a filmmaking company. In much larger words, I would call it a content company where we make content, whether it's film, digital, words, I mean, as in books or anything. So it's all about telling stories, and we believe that telling good stories has a power to impact humanity and take a long, I mean, and impact the lives, the minds, and above all the hearts of people. So that's our responsibility is to create good content, great content, which will impact lives, which serves a better humanity as well. So that's the goal of Adding Smiles. We always say that work is prayer. So work is what has been keeping us going. And see, in the short span of life I've come, uh, a lot of people have impacted my life. A lot of leaders, a lot of beautiful people, a lot of young souls, a lot of wise souls have impacted my life. So I would like to share a few things which I think all of us ought to know, or all of us ought to reflect. So these are the things which I would like to tell you, and the points are this. I want you to understand the power of certain things in your life, of which the first thing is the power of words. Equal part of wit, wisdom, nostalgia, and meaning. That's the power of words. So when you say a good word, it impacts not just you, but it also impacts a lot of. See, when they say the whole world is about uh, a lot of aura which you impact, the whole world is only about uh, a lot of atoms around you, a lot of vibrations. So good words have the ability to give a positive vibration. So this philosophical and physics, but I'm not talking just philosophic. I mean philosophy and physics. I'm talking about experiences. Words have a huge power in your life. The minute you believe that something good is going to happen to you, better say that something good is going to happen to you. When the minute you take up a responsibility, the minute you take up a promise, have the courage to talk about your promise. Say that this is what you're going to do, because When you're able to commit yourself to a purpose, when you're able to vocalize that commitment, it becomes a strong promise, a promise which you have made it to the people around you and the society at large. So it also gives you a stronger responsibility. It also sets a positive vibration for good and great things to happen. So the power of words is something which none of us can, it's undeniably the greatest thing. The second thing is the power of people in your life. As you navigate through the rest of your life, you should be open to collaboration. Other people and other people's ideas are often better than your own. Sometimes listening to others' ideas with an open heart and an open mind can make a huge difference to your life. And you also should find a group of people who challenge you, who will inspire you, who will spend a lot of time with them, and it will also change your life. So they say that, now they say, I've read it somewhere, that your life is a average of the six people around you. So you have to choose those six people around you. Most of the times people choose you, but please make a strong effort to choose the kind of people you want to be with. That's very, very important. Two, the power of the horse you ride. Most of people say that they all made all by themselves, but I don't believe in that. You don't make it all yourself. You always will have someone who's helped you in your life. It's just that probably if you say that no one has helped you in your life, you made it all your own. It's if you call yourself a self-made man or woman, I'm completely against that. Maybe you were not grateful enough to acknowledge the people in your life. And please don't be that. Please acknowledge the people in your life. Please acknowledge the horse you rode. When I say the horse you rode, that horse could be a people, that horse could be a person, it could be a product, it could be an idea. So the kind of horse you have chosen to ride could be a person, an idea, or a product, or all the three. So you have to choose the right horse to ride and acknowledge that you've chosen a horse to ride. Acknowledge that there have been a lot of people in your life who've helped you reach this far. So it goes without saying that the power of gratitude is extremely important in your life. You have to be very, very thankful for the people in your life. Three is the power of love in your life. When I say love, I'm talking about all kinds of love, whether it's a love the mother shows towards you, the kind of romantic love you have towards your partner, it's the kind of love you show towards your friend, it's the kind of love you show towards your employees, it's the kind of love you show towards your work, your job, your mission, your vision, and everything. So, love is extremely important, and having a person to love, having an idea to love, having a mission to stand for, and having someone to stand for and stand by is extremely important. So please acknowledge the importance of love in your life. If you're in love with someone, or if you are the love of someone's life, acknowledge that and be extremely responsible. I've heard a lot of people who say that my professional life is extremely important and they don't give a lot of importance to the personal lives. I consider that extremely cruel to yourself and to the people around you. You have to acknowledge the people in your life. You have to acknowledge the love of your life. You have to acknowledge that love is extremely important in your life. After all, when you take all these trophies, you can't go to an empty home, right? So even if that hasn't happened to you, I mean, if romantic love hasn't happened to you, just be positive about it, because that's also a part of life. Then about the love with your friends, with your family, please acknowledge them and please be grateful, because I believe that these are all extremely important for a great journey. And see, it's not only about a destination, your journey is equally important. In that journey, you have to have a lot of things to cherish. It's not only about how many checks you got, how many people you really banished, how many people you were able to tackle in your life and reach there. No, it's about how many people who are holding your hands, how many people who gave you a warm hug, and how many people you have responded and acknowledged in life. So the power of people in your life is something which I completely believe in. Uh, Next is the pause button in your life. So many things have happened in your life, but I want you to take the time to press the pause button in your life, to reflect and understand this is what you've been through and this is what you look forward to. So as much as the rewind button and the forward button is important in your life, the importance of the pause button in your life is very, very crucial. So I want you to understand the importance of that. Um, So I think I've taken a lot of time. So um, above all this, I want you to follow one little sound in your heart. That's nothing but the whistle in your heart. Whenever you see someone, whenever you do something, when you attach yourself to certain goal, you'll hear a whistle in your heart. So it'll tell you that this is you're doing the right thing. It'll tell you that it'll make you feel happy. It'll be like this first love, the first crush kind of feeling. You know, it'll always there'll be a whistle in your heart. So I want you to be consciously listening to the whistle in your heart and choose the right things, choose the right goals. I want you to stay happy. I We should all add a lot of smiles to our lives and the people around us. And most of the times, the trick is this: when you add a lot of smiles to others' lives, it comes back to you. So it's like a boomerang. Happiness is like a boomerang; it will come back to you. So please to acknowledge the importance of people in your life. Press the pause button in your life to reflect and understand what you've gone so far and what you look forward to, and have a great, happy, and prosperous life. This is all that I want to say. So that's what Adding Smiles is all about. Work is prayer, and respect people. Be grateful to your life, and I'm sure that you all will have a truly blessed life. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yep.
Ma'am,
Yeah. Is there any
you just
questions?
give me a right of host. Actually, I was disconnected. I have chat you some message.
Okay. Okay. Sure. So are we done for the day? Are we done for the day?
Ma'am,
Are we done for the day? It's over, right?
no, actually, I have to put some question and we will start some panel discussion. Can you give me right of co-host? Actually, I made you co-host by mistake.
Okay, I don't understand. So you want me to stay for the panel discussion? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
When is that going to happen?
Sorry.
When is the panel discussion going to happen?
Yeah, yeah, right now. So, can you give me just actually I made you host and I was disconnected due to weather problem.
So what
So
do you want me to do now?
you just no, you have to give me right of co-host from your side. You are host, main host. That
Mm,
is the problem. Actually, I was disconnected due to weather problem here.
okay, how do I do that?
You just go to in participant list and go to more in your name
Yeah.
and made me host.
Okay.
Yeah, that is I have chat you also, but you have not read that message, I think.
It's yours. Mute participants. How do I make you a co-host? Where are you?
Currently, you are host. Actually, you are keynote speaker, global fam. That I have renamed your name. Actually,
Okay, now what do I do? I'm on mode. What do I do?
you have to do just go to a participant list and click on that. You will get more button, more
Yeah.
option, right? Then
Yeah.
after that, in more, if you will click, then you will get. You can make me host, co-host, so you can give me that right of host again, so that
You're
I can.
Gandhi, right?
Yeah.
You're, I don't. Uh,
Easily, it is very easy. You can see.
See, there is participants that I'm able to see. And what is you're the keynote speaker? Okay. Now I should go, and when I put more, I'm only able to see rename. I'm not able to see post.
Ma'am, currently you are host. I think you just go to participant list, and in participant you will click as you will get more option. In a
Yeah.
more you will click, then you can have their option to make me host again. You can transfer me right of my host so that I can start panel discussion. Do one thing.
I'm doing that. Okay. I made you host now.
Yeah, yeah.
Huh?
Yeah, okay. Thank you so much. Actually, due to here, weather is very bad in Kota, Rajasthan. Rain is going on. So that's why I was disconnected. So they automatically made you host because I made you earlier co-host, right? So that's why. Now it's okay. You can show your video. Uh, I'm going to start panel discussion with you for very soon.
When is the panel discussion going to start?
Panel discussion is going to be start soon. So you can switch on your video option so that I can take you on spotlight.
Yeah.
Yeah. When if we look at in the leadership segment, there are so many obstacles for youngsters, and I would like to ask uh, how one can improve their leadership traits within their personal and professional problems. Actually, many of us face problems during our personal and professional life, and we don't know, we are not able to recognize the right people at right time, and we just behave like just we can say like someone's behave like rudely, and someone behave like jealous to particular individual. In family also it happens, in as a co-workers and different colleagues in the organization it also happens. So how one can improve their this all these problems, and they can overcome all these things by improve their leadership traits? Which leadership traits work on that? Because there are so many leadership traits concept from the various thinkers from management side. So what advice you would like to give to present youngsters?
See, life is a marathon, it's not a sprint. So there's no shortcut for anything in life. Um, when you want to acquire people in life, just like the way you acquire wealth, people is a truly, truly treasurable wealth. So it requires a lot of effort. It requires a lot of consistent effort to to reflect the right people in your life. To reflect the right people in your life, you have to be a good person first. Most of the times, only when you give is when you can get. So what you give is what you get. So that's a very common statement, but it's a very, very powerful statement and a powerful truth which you have to understand. The more you're good to someone, the more goodness is you is what you'll get. The more you give to the world will give back to you. So when you want the right people in your life, you have to make all the efforts to be right. You have to make all the efforts to be good. You have to make all the efforts to be giving. So then what happens? You're setting the right tone, you're setting the right aura around you, and you're able to reflect or the right people in your life. And once you're reflect the right people in your life and they come into your life, you have to sustain the relationship. You have to be very, very responsible in a relationship, and you have to retain them just like you retain employees, like how people retain employees in the organization. So that's a people having the right people, acquiring the right people in your life is a lifetime process. It's not that you've acquired people now and you can be happy about it. So that's a lifetime process which requires a lifetime commitment from yourself to be good, to be giving, to be responsible. So it's three things: be good, be giving, and be responsible for the relationships in your life. So that's how you attract the right people in life. Now, this applies both in personal relationships and in your professional life as well. So there's no shortcut. You have to be giving.
Definitely, definitely.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's true, ma'am. Then one more question that what are the values are most important according to you as a because you already have experiences from across the globe. So as a global leader, if particular want to just develop his or her personality, so which values are very much important according to era? Because Swami Vivekananda said that if you want to see in the world, Mahatma Gandhi also said in different form that we have to change according to era. So what are the values to be defined as per modern Gandhi's thought or modern Swami Vivekananda thought? Because that thoughts maybe not work presently, but in a different form of leadership track. How you can define and how you can convey to the youngster audience, because we are one of the country in the world who is highest populace among the youth, and youth can change the only India's origin, which was just like called as a Vishwa Guru, Sone ki Chidiya. So I want one very concise message to the youngster that what and how and in which frame they can change to themselves to improve in that global arena.
I would just say only one thing: have a lot of perseverance and keep running. You see, you would have heard about the people who got this golden treasure, right? They got it only because they kept digging. The same way, whatever you want to acquire in life, whether it's people, I mean, wealth or anything in your life, you have to keep persevering. You have to keep running. So, this is the message I want to tell to all the youth and all the people: uh, is to keep running, keep persevering, and maintain that energy while you run, when you're persevering. When I'm talking about the run of life, the marathon of life, you'll definitely get what you need. See, the whole idea and the responsibility of the world is to give what we ask. So, which means we have to ask it in the right way, and we have to keep asking. And before we keep asking, we have to keep giving. So, give, run, keep running. So that's all I would say.
Really wonderful message you have given in the point, and I assured that this point in the headline for improve individual personalities in the form of excellent leadership, and I assure it will important for every professional uh, in every form of life where they are facing any problem. Uh, Now, next question is very critical. I think maybe you can go in the depth, and I want something from your inner part of the heart that how you can give this solution to this problem actually, because this is the problem among the most of audiences. I assure that's why India just progressing on the best of 3% people, and out of that 20% are just on the stage of growing, and out of that remaining they are just facing struggle, right? So I want very important message to convey to those higher segment of people who are struggling the various problems in their life. And because our today topic is just like adding smiles to the humanities, right?
Yeah.
And it was just I think near to your heart, that because yeah, your main motto of your life to adding smiles to the humanity. So definitely how this segment who are just getting struggle daily basis, in every second they are having some new problem. Whenever we talk to those people, they always talk about problem. So what message you would like to give to that segment people, that they can think about solution, how they can go in that stage? Because some biggest problem is there, that they never think about solution, they always think about problem. So how they can overcome this attitude, because attitude can change individual altitude of the success, as I think. So I want very deeply advice to the this segment actually. And whole our complete this presentation should be value addition for those segments. So I want completely in a, as per whatever your comfort time you are having, just but because there are so many things are there connected with this negative approaches. So I want in deeply how you can explain in very easy and accessible way to that audience, so that they can think, okay, I have to think positive and I have to follow this step. So please give explain this segment of people how they can think about only solution, because there are stage they cannot go in beyond
I got
problems, only
your question.
problems.
I got your question. So,
Yeah,
um, see, there's no easy solution for everything in life, but the attitude that there is an inherent solution for everything by itself is good to start with, you know. And the belief that the best is yet to come, the belief in humanity, the belief which believe that you're doing the right thing when you do the right thing. So the belief that the best is yet to come and the belief in humanity is what would take us all along. So that's, and also the belief that there's an inherent solution for everything is good. See, sometimes people keep a role model whom they listen to, or the people they fear God, or they fear for their parents, which means that, and when I say fear, they're answerable to someone in their life. So be answerable to your own conscience, you know. Sometimes at conscience you call it as God, sometimes at conscience you call it as parents or anything else. So be answerable to your own conscience. So every day when you come back and you reflect your life, if you're able to, or if you take a piece of paper, see, writing a diary is a very, very powerful thing, because it helps you, gives you the time to reflect what you're doing in your life. So if you take a piece of paper and you write what you've done for the day and what you've been thinking and what you wanted to impact, and if you're able to read that paper the next day with a lot of pride and not with disgust, you're doing the right thing. So the most dirtiest thing of the world could be the human mind. The most beautiful thing of the world is also the human mind. So you have to see which side your mind belongs to, the beautiful mind or the dirtiest of the mind. So when you're able to reflect and write whatever you think on a piece of paper, that's great. So it's a widely said that a problem well stated is a problem half solved. So if you're able to write your problem well, half the solution is done. So it's about defining your problem. So when you define a problem, what happens is that you're able to understand that the problem is not as large as you think in your mind. It's much more simpler. If you're able to write it simpler on paper, it means you've understood the problem better. Understanding the problem better gives you 50% of the solution. From there, it's easy to write on. So please define your problem first. Ensure that you're able to write it on a piece of paper. That gives you the clarity as to what the problem is. That also gives you the clarity as to what kind of person you are and what kind of life you're living. So that's what I see as solution.
definitely. It means may, because that segment of people understand Hindi also, and ma'am is not comfortable in Hindi.
मुझे
So
हिंदी मुझे हिंदी मालूम नहीं है. I'm just So
Yeah, no problem, no problem. So I would answer in Hindi, convert your English, what message you have given. Actually, uh, अगर 70% जो जनसंख्या है, अगर भारत की 70% जनसंख्या जो समस्याओं से घिरी हुई है, उनके दैनिक दिनचर्या में केवल वह समस्या के बारे में ही विचार करते हैं, एंड दे थिंक अबाउट ओनली दिस प्रॉब्लम, तो आप समस्या से कैसे निजात पा सकते हैं? मैडम ने यहाँ अभी उसका सॉल्यूशन बताया है कि ऐसे व्यक्तित्व को जो श्रेणी में आते हैं, उन्हें अपनी समस्याओं को नोट डाउन करना चाहिए दैनिक दिनचर्या में, उन्हें अपनी रेगुलेटी वेरी डिसिप्लिन के साथ उसे मेंटेन करना चाहिए। अगर वह अनुशासन के साथ नियमित दिनचर्या को सेट करते हुए और अपनी समस्याओं को रेखांकित करेंगे एक पेपर पे, तो वह ऑटोमेटिकली स्वतः उस समस्या से निजात पा सकते हैं, क्योंकि पहली स्टेप ही जो शुरुआत है, जैसा कि हमें कविप्रिया मैम ने बताया है कि आप समस्या से निजात तभी पा सकते हैं जब आपको समस्या पता हो, क्योंकि इन 70% जो सेगमेंट है, प्रॉब्लम की जो जड़ है इनमें, इन व्यक्तित्व में, तो आम जन में जो समस्या है वह सबसे बड़ी समस्या है कि उसे समस्या तो है परंतु उसे पता ही नहीं है कि समस्या क्या है। पीपल बिगेस्ट प्रॉब्लम is that people don't know what is the problem within that. So first of they have to note it down their problem, right? Yeah. So definitely I assured कि अगर आप अपनी समस्या से निजात पाना चाहते हैं तो सबसे पहले आपको अपनी समस्याएं एक पेपर में लिखनी होगी, और उसके बाद अपने आप को स्व अनुशासन के साथ, अपनी कार्य की कटिबद्धता के साथ आपको आगे बढ़ना होगा। और यही हमें अंतरराष्ट्रीय वैश्विक फर्म ग्लोबल पर्सनालिटी कविप्रिया आनंदन जी ने आज बताया है। और अगर हम नेतृत्व क्षमता को बढ़ाना चाहते हैं तो हमें समस्या से हटकर समाधान पर विचार करना होगा, क्योंकि ऑनरेबल प्राइम मिनिस्टर ने भी कहा है कि समस्या नहीं अपितु समाधान इस देश का विकास का पर्याय होना चाहिए। इस देश के हर युवा का एक विचार होना चाहिए कि वह समाधान के पीछे भागे, न कि समस्या, क्योंकि समस्या के पीछे तो हर कोई भाग रहा है, समस्या के संदर्भ में तो हर कोई बात कर रहा है। एवरीवन इज डूइंग टॉकिंग अबाउट प्रॉब्लम प्रॉब्लम प्रॉब्लम, बट नॉट एनीवन not thinking about solution. So we like India highest population country, सबसे सर्वाधिक विश्व में सर्वाधिक युवा पॉपुलेशन वाला, युवा जनसंख्या वाला एकमात्र देश है, वह है भारत देश। और अगर भारत देश के युवाओं को अगर आगे बढ़ना होगा और अगर देश को समृद्धि की ओर पहुंचाना होगा, तो कविप्रिया मैम ने यही बताया है कि अगर युवा समस्या की वजह समाधान पे विचार करे, और समाधान पे वह विचार कब कर सकता है जब उसे असल में समस्या की जड़ तक वह पहुंच पाए, क्योंकि सबसे बड़ी समस्या यह है कि व्यक्ति को यही पता नहीं है कि समस्या क्या है। There is biggest problem in human individual that they don't know what is the problem, what is the root of the problem. So really it was the very great talk to you, ma'am, and I assured that Miss Priya Anandan remarkable that suggestion would be very valuable for our all of audience, and it would be very important for each and every segment of people. So
Okay.
yeah.
Thank you very much. So
Ma'am, one question is come from audience that which leadership traits is important for like if someone want to grow in corporate position, because there are various form of leadership. So he want to know that which leadership trait would be very valuable for reaching on that corporate leader position.
The trend which understands people is any day the popular trend, which understands people and understands their journey with the people. So any kind of trend which you say, okay, those are only words, they're only strategies. But no strategy is the best strategy without the right people with you. So any leadership trend is good as long as you understand the people with you. And a leader is a chain. So you're only as strong as the weakest link of your chain. So you must have every link of the chain must be strong. So which means every people in that leadership journey in your leadership journey have to be strong. So choosing the right people and understanding the people and nurturing the right people is a best leadership trait any day.
It means you are saying you would like to say that democratic, autocratic, and laissez-faire
Not
leadership is
democratic autocracy.
never important.
Nothing.
As per your concern, transactional and charismatic and transformational leaderships are important,
No.
right?
Let's not go for all those large words. Okay, it's simple. Understand people, respond to people, and be responsible for your people. It's just like saying for the people, by the people, and to the people.
Yeah,
It's
yeah, definitely.
I want you to
It's
be
very simple
responsible
approach.
for the people, give the right response to the people, and choose the right people in your life. So these three. So that's the best leadership journey. So if you're able to identify the right team players, your players, then you win. So
But
that's the best.
ma'am, biggest problem in the corporate today that they are not able to find out the right people.
That
What
comes.
is the what is the solution of that problem? Because they are not able to find out right people during interview. They are not able to get it. So what is the problem in that interviewer?
That comes with you getting hurt. So there's no easy way out. You have to fall down. You have to get hurt. You have to be a part of the journey. And sometimes having a the relationship can't be too transactional that I gave you this, so you have to give it back. That's when the disappointment comes. Sometimes you don't put your attachment towards people, you put your attachment towards your initiative, towards your mission in hand, towards a larger vision. Then you won't be disappointed with what your people have done to you. You won't be disappointed if someone has hurt you. If you won't be disappointed if someone has backstabbed you, if you won't be disappointed if someone doesn't support you, because all that you've attached to yourself is towards your mission, your vision. So that's where your goal is. So then the disappointments on people becomes less. So you keep moving forward and you'll reach a place. When you reach a place, and obviously again a lot of people are going to come around you. So it's a win-win. So if you find that finding the right people is difficult for you, then goal, attach all your heart to a goal or a mission. So you're not bothered about what people do to you. So then it also works. See, for example, I was on a mission last week. I was extremely hurt with the kind of response and the kind of games people played. But then I was very happy, but that my initiative or my intention was pretty noble. So I just saw what kind of results that initiative gave. So I was not bothered about how I was hurt in the process, how I was hurt by the people. So I was not attaching my goal to the people. I was only attaching my goal to the mission in hand. So things happened easier. So I was able to accept it. I was able to move on. So I want you to accept and move on, number one. Number two is if you're finding it difficult to have your relationship with people, or keep your goal as not people but a mission or a vision, an initiative at hand. And please have a lot of short-term goals. Don't have a one long-term goal where you're always feeling deprived all the time. Having intermittent short-term goals makes you feel full, not hungry all the time. Sometimes your stomach has to feel full, right? Not hungry all the
Okay.
time. The same is with life. So keep a lot of short-term goals so that you're happy. You can pat yourself when you achieve all those short-term goals, or even when you're close to achieving your short-term goals. Please pat yourself and attach your mission not to a person but to a purpose. That's it.
One question comes from woman that she's asking, how do you balance work and life responsibility? Because as a woman, how you have grown to yourself as a executive
Compromise. You
global
can't
level?
be perfect in both. It's a compromise. So if you want to be, if it's a compromise you have to make. You can't be perfect at both. You have to understand that sometimes there is a compromise where sometimes you're not perfect in your, you're not the perfect person in your work life, or you're not the perfect person in your personal life. You have to accept that you cannot be perfect. You have to compromise here and there for a common purpose, for the common good. You can't be perfect. That's the first understanding you should make to yourself. That's the first understanding you must have. That you don't need to be perfect. I'm not
Man
perfect.
thing is that,
I'm not perfect.
yeah.
And I've
Means,
understood and I've accepted that. That's why I'm happy. So if I'm not like, I don't think, oh, I'm not having a great personal life. I'm not having a great work life. No, it's a balance, and you need not be perfect. You will only I will only improve over a point of time. Even then, I'll have other larger problems to face. So still, I won't be perfect, and I'm completely happy with my imperfections. So I'm at peace with myself. That's it.
but ma'am, if you look at C, then because at every stage people think that okay, that I am perfect, so that's why there is a learning barrier that they are not able to learn.
That's
Yeah,
they have to doctor themselves. You're not perfect. You can have a perfect. See, you have to evolve. Once you think you're perfect, you don't evolve. See, if a water is going in a stream, you call it a stream, you call it a river. If the water says that no, I'm perfect the way I am, so it stands in a place, it becomes gutter, right? So is with life. If you think you're perfect and you stand in the same place, you become gutter. But when you know that you're not perfect and you keep going in the journey of life, you're a river. So you have to choose whether you want to be a river or a gutter. I think if I had told this in Hindi, it would have worked better.
sorry.
Right. I want you to keep moving, to understand
Yeah,
that you're not really perfect, that you will keep evolving. Be happy that you're somewhere close to perfection, but also keep evolving. And it's also okay if you're not perfect. And but staying in the illusion of perfection is much more dangerous.
that's great. Uh, Ma'am, what were the most significant barrier in your career? Actually, if you may face during reaching on that position where you are today.
The most significant barrier was um,
Maybe because everyone face some barrier in their career.
again
Any
such
case study, yeah, which you want to share to audience that can inspire to them that okay, because everyone have problems, and then after that solution of that problem, they reach on that position. This is the fact. Without problem, they particular one cannot get success. This is the that you already told in your previous session. So I want
see the
that
barriers.
experience from your side. Yeah.
Let me answer the question. The barriers at different points in my life has been different.
Yeah.
Okay, but I also understood that instead of focusing on the barriers, I focus on the marathon, which is a run. It became much more easier. See, I first barrier was communicating, which is communicating what's in my heart, being very vocal with words. So I made a lot of effort to improve my communication skills, to speak from my heart, to speak my mind. So that requires choosing the right word for what you want to convey. So a person who's able to communicate themselves well succeeds much better in life. So I want all of you all to work a lot towards being a good communicator, which is to work on your language, whether you speak in English or in Hindi or any Urdu or any of your any languages. Ensure that you're able to